Hi, welcome you all. Myself, M.RAJESHKUMAR, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, AJ College of Art and Science. Today we are going to see the topic about Python, control statements and list, tuples, dictionaries and functions about in the Python programming. So the first of concept of control statements. In the control statements we are going to see about the control flow of the programming and then syntax about the Python programmings and then indenting, then normal control statements of if else statements and then string operations and then boolean expressions, then looping concepts of while loop, for loop will be we going to see, and then break and continue statements we going to see. So this is in the front topic of control statements. Second one will be a list concepts and then tuples and dictionaries we going to see. Then the function will be there. The function concept, how we going to define the functions, how we going to use the functions, how we going to call the functions, all of things we going to see about it. So the control statements you all know about it, how we going to control the programs by using the statement and the conditions. So we have to use two types of methods. We going to change the control flows by using the control statements like a if else for the thing. We can able to change the flow of the control by using the some conditions. Then and also second thing is we going to use the loop statements for changing the flow of the programmings. So majorly we going to concentrate on conditional statements, loopings and function call for this sections. Then there comes to the situations, the real life, when we need to make some decision. Based on the decisions we decide what we do next. Like the same, the programming also we going to program will be followed step by step. After that we going to change the flow of the program by some based on the conditions we going to change it. How we going to change the conditions? By using this type of control statements. So basically start with normal basic thing is if, else and if statements. So here first we going to see about the if else statements. In this if else statements we are using basic syntax is if condition, then normal statements, which is we are used for the other languages like a C, C++ and all. But here we have some certain limitations will be there. Like there is in the other language we are using the brackets. Here there is no bracket systems we are followed. So we have to see how we have to identify the block of codes. So in this block of codes we have to mention by using the indentation. So an indentation is referred to space at the beginning of the line. So like a left margin we going to giving a space means that will be indented. So the bracket is open. Like similarities will be there when we are closing that lines. It will be again restarting it. That will be as indentation is closed. So which is used in the Python indentation. Python use the indentation to indicate block of code. And its simple term, indentation refer to adding white space before the statements. Like you know about it. Just we are giving a space between the left side of the programming screen to little bit space we are giving. If we are giving a one space, it will be starter of the block. So which is identified by using the indentation. Then if conditions we are using, if conditions normally if condition will be there, then we are using the colon for identifying condition is closed, because the other languages which is we are used the brackets, open bracket and close bracket we are used. But when we are coming into the Python, the basic syntax is if condition colon, then we have to give an indentation because of the block is open. True block will be opened. So we are using the indentation. So if condition is normally which is used by other languages, same here, but only the difference is we are not using any bracket after the condition statements. Just we are using the indentation. So in the indentation itself, where we are replacing that white space with the characters. Like if we are started with one starting first condition started, if statement is started, then indentation started means how many lines are you are continuing the same indentation will be covered with
the same block. If we are releasing that indentation, then automatically it will comes into the next block of the code. So this is a thing we are using in the if statements. Then if statements normally which is used in the same other things like a if condition is failed, then automatically it move to the next block. So here next block means there is no indentation is there, then that will be starting with that next statement. So then normally the syntax which is we are used for the other languages, same thing will be followed, only the indentation and the colon will be there we are using. Then we can also use the block diagrams of the if statements. Then if else also we are using in the Python language. In the if else concept, if condition is true, then true block will be executed. If condition is failed, then the false block will be executed. Else block, we can call it as a else block. If conditions, the colon will be there, normally the thing. Then if the true block is completed, then the else block will be starting. The else block will be starting where the if condition is started in the left side. That will be we are followed. So the true block will be an indentation. After the true block, we are releasing that indentation and started with the else statement. Then directly in the else statement also we have to add the colon for identifying the else is over. Then now we are going to see about the nested if statement. In the nested if statement, which is same like a if condition, but when we are having a true block, the statement will be there. After the true block, we are executing the next statement in the normal if. But when we are coming into the nested if concept, if the condition is true, then true block will be also another condition, which is comes under the nested if concept. Other than else are same, like which is conditions, colon, then indentation, everything will be same. So, but we should follow proper indentation because we are using a 2 if statements, 3 if statement, because which is we are comes under the nested if concept. So, whenever we are using an if statement, we have to use true block will be coming with the indentation. If we are using another if condition in the true block, which is like a nested if, we should follow the indentation because the true block we are following a statement is an indentation. The true block also we have started with the condition. So that's why we are using the proper indentation itself. Then we are using like for example we are using simple if concept. I is equal to 10, which is assign the value, then if condition is equal to if I double equal to 10. So this condition will be checking. If this condition is true, then again we are checking a condition means then we should follow the indentation. Then if I less than 15, then if it is true, then I is smaller than 15. So like that we are calling the statements and we will executing proper block way. So this is the thing, nested if concept. And also the next topic is if else later, which is like a else if concept in the other languages. Like if statements we are used, in this if statements we are following a lot of condition means if condition, then true block will be executed, then again we can check another if means we are using the else if concept in the other languages. We can call it as another word is else if later concept. Same like that we are going to use in this if concept, if condition, then normal statement true block will be executed, then again it will go to the next statement after statement execution. If again that else statements will be there, the else will be again a condition checking. So again if the condition is true is failed, if first condition is failed, then automatically it will go to the else, there are also another condition. Then it will be statement will be if the condition is failed, again else statements, else if. If all the if are failed, then it will go to the final else statement which is executed. This is a thing of if concept. Then a normal example also we can able to say like I is equal to 10. If the condition is true, then true block will be executed. If this condition is failed, then it will go to the else concept. In this else concept, we are just check with another condition. Then again, if this condition also failed, then we can check with another condition. We can able to add n number of conditions in this if concept. If all the conditions are failed, then we can change it as moving into the else concept. We can this concept also will comes under the switch concept in the switch case statements in the Java language. Then shorthand if we are using, the shorthand if only used in the higher level languages. There is no indentation, there is no block will be there. Just we can single line we are using a if. That is a shorthand if statements. Here if condition colon statement, which is comes under if will be a keyword, then condition will be assessed, which is we going to give a condition. Then if condition is true, then colon, next itself automatically the colon will be denoting condition is completed. Then automatically it will move to the statement true block. If condition is failed, then it will go to the next statement. If condition is true, then the statement will be executed. This is shorthand if concept. Then shorthand if else also we are used here. Statement when true. So this is a syntax for the shorthand if. Statement when true, if condition, else statement when false. So true block will be starting, then if condition, then else, then statement when false. So first of all, this normally true block will be starting, end is else block, in between we going to check with condition and then else statement we are adding. So this is we are using the shorthand if else. There is none other language is using the shorthand if else concepts. So then a statement and the expression. So we all know about it. Statement is normally which is whatever thing we are using that will be comes under the statement. Expression will be we going to combine combinations of operator and operand. Operator in the sense normal symbols like a plus, minus, everything, whatever mathematical operators we are using, and then logical operator we are using, that will all comes under the operators. Then operand is a variable, whatever variable we are passing the values, that will be comes under the operators. So then this which is we are creating the whatever expression we are creating, whatever printing statement, whatever thing we are using, that will comes under the statement concepts. So normally we are using a lot of expressions like a constant expression, arithmetic expressions, integral expressions, floating expressions, relational expression, logical expression, bitwise, and the combinational expressions. These and all are comes under by using the differentiated by using the operators. Then we have some precedences over there, which operator will work like that. Normal other languages is using the parenthesis will be starting with the precedency 1, then the exponential, then unary minus and plus like that, then multiply, divide and modulus. Finally there comes under the addition, subtraction. So like these type of things will comes under like a normal precedency also followed in the Python also. Then string operations. We know about it, string is consecutive characters that will comes under this string. String are almost among the most popular type of in Python. We can create them by simply by enclosing a character in quotes. That's enough. When we are creating where there is no declaration when we are coming into the Pythons, we all know about it. So directly we can assign the values to the Pythons. For example, I am going to assign one string value to the Python variable. Just variables equal to single quotes. Whatever text we are using, that will be added with the single quotes. Enclosed with the single quotes means automatically it will comes into the string operation, string variable. Then we can able to work with the various string operations, like how we going to access the values by using the subscript values. Then we can merge the values, we can split the values, whatever things we can use by using the subscript concepts. Then updating the strings in the sense we going to update by using the index value. If we are replacing already existing string with one letter, means just we can mention which string we going to replace it. So that will be as an updation concept. Escape characters also we are using in the printing statements. Then various methods we are used for the normal string statements, like is replacing lowercase, uppercase, replace, and everything we are using there. Then Boolean expressions. In this Boolean expressions we all know about it, like true or false statement. So just we are checking a condition means automatically it will be checked with, if condition is true then the true will be there, then condition is failed the false will be there. This will be comes under the for Boolean expressions. In this Boolean expressions we are using printing statement also. Just print 10 greater than 9. So automatically it will comes under the true. So just it will printing true values. This is also we can able to evaluate it. Then evaluating some values directly in the printing statements. But for this we are using bool functions. This function is allow you to evaluate any value and give your true or false. It will be return the things. Then break and continue statements. Break and continuous we are using for proper statements will be executing in the program. We going to block the program, or we going to break the statement flow. We going to change the flow of the programs. That we are using the break and continue. So we all normally know about it. Break will be terminating the current block. Then continue will be restarting again. Okay, start with again. It will move to the again the starting of that block. Wherever we are using the indentation, that block that will be starting with the indentations. Then break statements normal, the keyword will be we are using break. That's enough. There is no need of any labels and all. We are just needed only the break keyword is enough. Once the condition is reaching the break, then automatically it will move to the next block of the code. That will be as a break explanations. Then continue also we are using this continue statements. If we are executing 10 line of code, in this 10 line of code, if we are reaching a 5th line, the 6th line will be a continue statement. Then again that control move to the first line of the code. It will again restart. That will be it will be work again. So like if wherever we are reaching the continue, then again the particular thing block will be executing continuously. Then continue statement also we are using only one keyword, that is simple continue. There is no need of labels and all. Some of languages are using the labels, but here there is no need of loops and continue and all. There is no labels and all we are using. Then next we are going to see the topic about loopings. So looping will be, we are know about it. Looping will be again and again work with same statement till the condition will be failed. So like that, here we are using here two types of loopings will be there. One is a for loop and another one is a while loop. So you know about it in Java, C++, other languages, is we are using the do while loop also there. But here we are not using the do while. Just instead of that we are using normally for loop and then while loops. This all will covered with these topics. Here while loop will be executing block of codes repeatedly until a given conditions is satisfied. So if condition is failed, then automatically it will stop the statement execution. Same set of statement will be executed till the condition is failed. Okay, so that's the thing. The syntax will be there for the while loop. While, then expression, colon, then statement. That is, there is nothing will be added here. The colon will be indicating always that condition will be closed. Then statement will also having the indentation. So based on the indentation, the block will be identified. Then the statement will be executed. So normally, whatever things we are using in the languages, that all will common for in this looping also. Then we can also able to use same line of code. If we are suppose we are having only one line statements, then directly we can execute it by using this while loop also, like while condition colon then true block. True block is we are a single line of statement will be there in the true block. So automatically we are using single line. Directly we can write it as a statements in single line. While loop, then while, then condition, then colon, then printing statements or whatever things we are using, this we will be adding as statements. Then automatically it will be using. It is suggested not to use this type of loops as it's never end infinite loop. Suppose if we are failed with the values, if the value is less than 5 or like whatever things, if we are making any mistake in the condition, then the loop will be as infinite. So we are unable to stop the system. So that time we have to use properly. So normally all the developers are suggesting there is no need to use a single line of these variables, this type of loop concepts. Then next one will be a for loop. For loop we are using this for condition, for initialization condition, then increment or decrement in the other languages. Here we are using there is for loop which is similar for each loop in the other languages. So you all know about it. In Visual Basic we are using the for each like this. Here we are using for iterator variable in the sequence. Sequence in the sense it will be a starting value to ending value we are having. Okay, that is a sequence. Sequence may be a 10, 100, anything, any value we can able to say like a 0 to 10. So that value we are incrementing 1 means normally it will comes into the 11 values. That is a normal for loop. So here we are using starting value will be 0, ending value will be 10. So this will be a sequence. Default value will be 1. If we need to increment is more, then we can able to add it, increment I plus plus, I plus 2, I plus equal to some values we can able to add it. That will be comes under the for concept. So but starting value, that initialization will be there. That initialization we are using direct variable, iterator variable. Then iterator by using the index of the sequence. So if we are using whatever value in this sequence, that index, that type of sequence index will be considering as a iterator value. So if we are using text, maybe sequence, in the sequence you no need to use a number also, we can able to use text also. If I am using the A, B, C, D till 26 letter is my sequence. So A to Z, 26 letter I am using in this sequence. So that time just I am using I is equal to 1. So 1 means it will starting the index values, I is equal to index value is 1. So like till 26 index will be there. So that 26 time the value will be executing. Same like we can able to use with the string statements also. For example, we are using in the screen that list hi. It's a one of the word. It will be one sequence. Then another will be a Rajesh. Another one will be a hello. Then how are you? Like that we are using the statements. That type of words we can consider as a sequence. In the sequence, each word will be having an index. That index will be coming into the for loop for iteration purpose. This is the thing we can able to use in the for loop. And also we can using the nested loop also. Nested loop in the sense we all know about it, nested if. Same like that. Same. There is no difference between here. Just for iterator in sequence. Then true block will be as another for loop. That's all. Then if till that first loop will be executing true, then the second loop will be again executing. That things will be there. That's a nested loop concept in this Python. Next will be coming for Python list. This will be as a major area which we are comes under the Python. Python a list is like a dynamic sized array, which is we can able to change it in future and we can able to modify it like dynamic array concept. Here in simple language, a list of collection of things enclosed in array bracket that will be separated by the commas. Normal which is used in the array concept will comes under the list here. So for example, I am using 3 values, geeks for geeks. That is a 3 words. Just variables equal to geeks is one word, for is one word, geeks is another word. So we are using differentiating by using the single quotes. Then automatically it will comes under the 3 words. That will be used for as a variable. This will be as Python variables. Then we are using the negative concept, negative indexing also we are using. Normally that Python list will be accessed by you, values are accessed by using the index value. First value will be considered as a 1. Second value will be considering as a 2. If I am having a 5 values means starting value 1 till end of the 5. So here this is normally which is used in the array concept, that will be same, but there is no negative concept in the indexing concept. Here we are using some negative indexing also by the way of using this type of, in the Python we are using a negative concept. Like if I have a 5 values in the Python list, in this Python list 5 values, if I want to access a 5th value. So what we going to do normally, we going to use a list of that 5th value. So then 5th value will be accessed. If suppose if we want to use 5th value, we can able to use -1. -1 will be at the end of the list value. That will be a negative. So if you want to comes reverse format, In this reverse format, we are using the negative value. So starting in the reverse value is -1, -2, like it will become into the forward concept. That things we are using only in this language. There is none other language is followed in this type of negative concepts. Then Python list, we are having some functions for adding a values and removing the values in the existing list, like that. So normally we have the followed three types of function. One is append, another one is a insert will be we are normally using. So first of all we are going to see the append concept. In this append concept is used to add the value at the end of the list values. If I have 5 values, I want to add another one list, just we have to use the append method. Then this will be added the value at the end of the line. Then insert. In this insert method only works in addition of elements at the end of the list. For addition of element at the desired position also. So if we want to change some values into the position changes, or we want to add in between of the existing list, we are using these type of insert methods. Then extend will be there. On the other hand of append and insert method, there are another one more method will be there, that's extend. This method is used to add multiple element at this same time at the end of the list. We can insert only one element, append will be also one element, but if we want to add more than one element, we have to go with extend method. Then reverse list. Reverse list also we can able to change it by using the reverse functions. So it will be printing as a reverse order, that will be normally using. Then remove concept. In this remove concept, we are going to remove the specific values. We can able to remove it. Our entire list also we can able to remove it. The pop-up function also we are using the value same for the purpose of removing the value from the specific position of the list. Pop. If we are using the remove concept, it will default, it will removing the values only. First of all, it will remove the value. There is no need to be able to specify values. But when we are coming into the pop, we can able to specify index for removing the values. Then slicing a list also we are using, like we are having 5 values. We want to get it to the second value, third value. So that time we are using the index concept, we can able to access it. Then negative value also we can able to use it for accessing the reverse purpose. Everything it will be supporting in this list concept. Then we are using the tuples concept. The next tuple is a collection of Python object, much like a list. The sequence of values stored in a tuple can be any type, but when we are coming into the list, there is same type it should be there. Like a list, if I was loading a 5 values, that 5 values should be same type. But when we are coming into the tuples, there is no need to same type of value in the tuples. We can able to store text, number, any type of value. We can able to store it. This is a thing which is comes under the tuples. For when we are creating a tuples, we need to creation of tuples without use of parentheses, known as a tuple packing. So normally when we are creating a tuple, just we have to use the bracket. That bracket will be denoting for which is comes under the tuple format. Tuple is a differentiated when we are comparing with the list. Only the different type of values we can able to adding in the tuples. That is a thing for a tuple concept. Next one we can normally adding the concatenation of the tuples. We are using just we can join just plus operator will be used to add a combining the two types or two tuples. We can able to use then a value getting the values from the list, like the same reverse index also followed in the tuples. If you want to remove the tuple, just we are using a DEL tuple, that will be removing the tuples, length, maximum, minimum, summary, any type of things we can able to use it in this tuples also there. Then dictionary will be as one of the major unit when we are coming into the Python concept. In this dictionary concept, a dictionary is a similar hash or map in the other languages. So when we are coming into the dictionary concept, we are comes under this bracket we are using. This bracket in the sense it's a square brackets. We can call it as a normally curly braces. In this curly braces is contained each element having a two types of things. One is key values, which is used to getting the value of the keys. Then another one will be a value, where the value is stored, like we can able to get it things. That's key and value is a pair of dictionary for each values. If we are storing a 3 values, we need each value with their keys. So based on the key value, that value will be accessed from the dictionary. So normally curly braces will be there, comma will be separated for each values, then colon will be separated for key and then values. We can store any type of values, but we can load any type of keys also. If we can text key also we can able to add it, number key also we can able to add it. That will be permitted when we are coming into the dictionary concept. In the dictionary also we are using a various type of functions: clear, copy, get, items, keys, pop item, update, values and all we are using. Next one will be a function in Python programming. So in the function is a major role player when we are coming into the programming concept. Function is a set of block of code that return a specific task. So if we are giving some task, some values to that block of code, it will perform some operations based on which is we are created a program that will be executed and output will be printed to us. That will be, it will give an outputs. So that is a Python major things. So here we are going to see the syntax about Python. In this Python syntax, we should follow the first word will be a DEF, which is denoting keyword of the function. Then second one will be a function name, which is we created user defined function name. Then parameter list. Parameter list in the sense we can able to add n number of parameter in a normal function. Same like that Python also will permitting n number of functions when we are coming into the function creations. Then colon will be there, which is denoting parameter is completed. Then if the function statements we have to create it, so that time we have to follow the proper indentation. That will be identified. The block of code will be there for the specific functions. Then return statement also we can able to use by using the return keyword. After completing the function statements, we have to perform some value will be displayed into the screen, or we have to execute the values, and then output will be performed. Output will be stored somewhere else. It may be a screen, or it may shown to the screen, or it may be a files, drives, cloud, anything. We can able to store it. So that time we have to use return concept. Then Python function creation. Normally we are is known for the syntax of the function. So in these things, def is a keyword, function will be there, then open bracket, close bracket, then statement will be normal things we are using. Then how we going to call the functions? So call the function is also more and more easy. There is none other keyword is needed. Only needed that function name. Then if the function is having an argument list, it may be a 1 argument, 2 argument, n number of arguments. That time if there is any default argument is there, then we can able to remove it. Otherwise we need to give how many elements are there in the arguments, that we should give the values. That will be performing the functions. Normally function name, open bracket, then argument list, whichever we are passing now, that we have to give it in the bracket. Then automatically it will be call the function executions. This will be as a function calling. Then passing a parameter to a function. So normally we know about it. Parameters we are following for getting values by when we are call the functions. That time normal things when we are call the functions, we will send a parameters also when the calling areas. Then normal n number of arguments we can able to use it, and everything we can able to use. Then return type also we are followed after completing the functions. The return type, the return type will be defined in the end of the function definition statements. That will be a colon, the condition, argument list, then arrow, that will be which is denoted the return type of the function. That will be denoting, then we can able to call the functions. So normally this is for a user defined user functions. Now we going to comes under the built-in functions. So built-in functions which all supporting with the various languages, like mathematical functions, like all the functions also we are here supporting, like a ABS, all, any, ASCII, binary, boolean, everything, every mathematical functions are supporting here. Then variable number of arguments. This will be as a one of the major concept when we are coming into the Python. Arbitrary argument in the function, arbitrary argument in the concept of function means there is normally we know about it. We should denote how we should define how many arguments are we are passing to the functions. That is a normal functions. But when we are coming into the arbitrary concept, no need to mention the how many argument we going to pass to the functions. So if in suppose in future I don't know how many values it will come, that time we can use a star ARGS, that is a keyword which is denoting n number of arguments are coming by this way of arguments, but you should receive all the values. No need to bother about the argument definition. That type of concept is supporting in the Python, that is an arbitrary function concept. These arbitrary functions we are using a star is a keyword. Then ARGS, that is a arguments, which is n number of arguments we are using. So just we are denoting ARGS. So ARGS, ARGB, any word we can able to use. That will be as a sequence. We are considering as a sequence. Normally when we are know about it, the for loop, that time we can able to call it. Then scope of the variables. Scope of the variables, you know about it, global and local variables are followed in the Python. So scope of the variable concept, where the lifetime of the variables, that will become the scope of variable. Suppose my variable will be alive in the block only, so that time we can call it as it's a local variable. If my variable will be using in the entire program, so that will be for global variables. So normally when you know about it, the pi values for the mathematical related works, so there is no changes for 3.14 will not be changing at anywhere else. So automatically we are fixing the values, there is no need to change it. So these type of situations we are declaring a global variables. So when we are coming into the global variables, we can define in the top of the program. So automatically there is no indentation also there. So how are we going to differentiate the local variable and global variable means where the indentation is starting, we have to check it. So if the indentation is started means that will become under the local variable. So we should check with that low indentation. Then only we have to start with creating a local and global variables. So there is no need to declaring a variable. Just we can define the variables. That's all. Directly we can assign the variables. Automatically it will consider as a variable created. So when we are coming in with the indentation, then that block only having a rights to access this variable. Then if we are moving the next block, there is no need to lifetime of that variable. That is a local variable concept. Next one will be a type conversion. Type conversion, normally two methods will be there. One is a implicit type conversion, explicit type conversions. So which is you know about it, other languages are used with the implicit conversion. Implicit in the sense automatically machine will converting a values. Like if I am going to convert, I am going to adding a two values. One value will be a 5. Another one value will be a 5.5. So normally both value will be a different formats. One will be integer, another one will be a float concept. So if we are adding that both value, what is the value now? So normally the value will be coming for 10.5. So integer value and then float value added means automatically that value output will be a float value. So these type of automatic conversion is doing by the machine itself. That is an implicit type conversion. So that will be used. Then explicit conversion also we are using. In this explicit conversion, we should use the function name before integer or float or order, octal, hexadecimal, tuple, set, list, dictionary. We can call any number of functions we can use to converting the existing variable. Next one, passing a functions to a functions. So normally here we are passing the arguments. So here argument will be as a functions, that also we can able to use it. So like we can call the functions, that will be sending where we are having a functions. That will be we are using the calling a functions and then passing a functions. Next one will be a lambda functions. Lambda functions we know about it. we are already know the def keywords. That keyword is used to defining the normal functions. Similar that lambda functions keyword is used to creating anonymous functions in Python. So lambda in the sense you know about it, lambda is a small set of functions which is used in the VB language. Same like that we are going to use lambda concept. So single statements will be there in the function means we can able to use a lambda functions. Then Python modules. In this Python module file contain Python definition statements. A module can define functions, class, variables. A module can also include a runnable code. Grouping related codes into the module make the code easier to understanding and use. It also make a code logically organized. Then when we are creating a module, we should create a separate file. So how we going to create a separate file? Just we are typing normal program like a functions, anything we can able to add it in the module. So if I creating a module means just we are created a normal Python file, text file, we can create it and then file will be saved with the extension of py. That's all. Then once it's saved, then module will be ready now. If I want to use that module in the other program, just we have to use the import keyword. So import, we can import the function classes defined in the module in the other module using the imports in some other Python source file. So just we have to use the import then module name. So when I am going to create a new program, just import module name means X. If I created already existing module will be there. In that existing module name is X. Then we can just import X. That's enough. Then automatically that file will be that all the module files will be added here. That is the thing when we are comes under the Python modules. Then standard modules will be there in the statistical module. There are various standard modules are followed in the Python like a statistical modules. So statistical module will be for mathematical statistics like a mean, median, mode and all we are used. Then math module will be there. In the math module, whatever the functions like a sine, cos, tan, like a square root and all we are used, that all will comes under the mathematical module. Then random module will be there. In the random module which is used for random numbers, we can able to use it. Then system module will be also there. In the system module we are using for getting the system informations like a system timing, then system files, then system path, version, maximum size, exist, audit, everything like till the end system. If I want to shut down the system by using the Python, just I have to use the system module. Like these type of things we can able to use it in the programs. Then we all know about it, the mathematical functions, that all we can able to support it. Then timing module also we can able to implement. Like if I'm going to create a Python programming with like a quiz concept or some other like a timing based of concepts, just I can able to implement the time modules by using the import keyword. Just import time, that's enough. Then automatically that module will be added. Predefined module, time is a predefined module, we can able to get the values. These and all are comes under the functions and in the Python. So topic will be there, that's a help function. Help function is normally used for helping the those who are creating a programs. If suppose I have a doubt in the specific word of grip, so grip will be using to finding a specific value in wherever the document content is will be there. Like if I want to know about it, what is meant by print. So just help, then bracket. In this bracket we are using what help you want. If I want to know about print, just help, open bracket, print, then close bracket. Then automatically which is comes under that will be asking the help statements. So help function will be giving help for the those who are asked the request. No, that will be getting the helps. Thank you.